is.
Breaking news from our political correspondent, Kate McCann. Kate, what have you got for us?
Good morning. Well, in the last few moments, the Labour Party have released a statement in which they've confirmed that they have removed the whip from Jeremy Corbyn. I can read you that statement. In light of his comments made today and his failure to retract them subsequently, the Labour Party has suspended Jeremy Corbyn pending investigation. He has also had the whip removed from the Parliamentary Labour Party. Now, that's a significant moment because it's really the most strict restriction or measure that the current Labour leader, Sir Keir Starmer, can take, and it comes in the wake of a statement that Jeremy Corbyn made this morning in relation to the report that we have been discussing. In that statement, Jeremy Corbyn said, "One anti-Semite is one too many, but the scale of the problem was also dramatically overstated for political reasons by our opponents, inside and outside the party, as well as by much of the media." Now, that is the specific comment that this statement and the subsequent removal of the whip from Jeremy Corbyn relates to. And in fact, he was asked in a press conference earlier today, Keir Starmer, whether he would take action after what Jeremy Corbyn said.
So first of all, considering any of this news coverage, immediately bullshit. Okay? Hold on. Dude, by the way, there's so much. I'm so mad at the media. I'm so mad at the fucking UK Tory rags over there, and I'm so mad at the fucking American media that's overall right adjacent to. Like, the Daily's coverage today. The Daily's coverage today is so insanely frustrating. I watched it earlier. I listened to it earlier, and it made me, like, want to chew through my fucking steering wheel while I was listening to it in the goddamn car, where it's like, every single person is buying guns and like everyone's gonna do a race riot, race war. Anyway, I'll get to that in a second though. This shit is bullshit. Let's watch the rest of it. Hold on.
And he stated that he would look carefully at those comments. So now we are seeing that follow-up action. And really, this is a significant moment because Mr. Corbyn, of course, was in charge for much of this period during the investigation of this report. And in fact, in the last few moments, Jeremy Corbyn himself has been speaking to broadcasters. Here is a clip from that
I just
interview.
tweeted that I'm live, so Normie.
Let's be clear. Start off, one anti-Semite in the party is one anti-Semite too many. And when I became leader of the party, some complaints were received. I asked Shami Chakrabarti to undertake a review of all this, which she did. She made a number of recommendations on processes which were not implemented quickly enough. Under Jenny Formby's period as General Secretary in 2018, much more progress was made very quickly. But the numbers have been exaggerated, in my view.
They have been. They absolutely have been. There is no, and it's anyone who says that they absolutely did not participate in a decentralized but oftentimes coordinated looking smear campaign against this dude in regards to how he was fucking insanely anti-Semitic. It is bullshit to say anything other than that, especially because those very same shitters are now, they're not attacking him in the same way. They're not saying he's anti-Semitic. Now they're saying, oh, well, he did do something. He didn't do anything about anti-Semitism. And when you push them on it, they say, okay, he did something about anti-Semitism, but he didn't do something about anti-Semitism quick enough. And none of that is the reason why. None of that is the reason why they fucking suspended him. The reason why they suspended him was because he said this, and this is 100% correct. This is 1000% without a doubt correct. This conversation that he's having right now, where he's saying that it was overblown by the media and it was greatly exaggerated, is right. And it's actually too kind, if you ask me. If there is a leftist figure that ever rises to power again, that person needs to treat the media like a hostile entity. They are the guardians of capital. I'm sorry. They are literally the guardians of capital. They hold a profound amount of power. You have to do it like Trump did. There's no other way. There's not a strong enough independent media to back a leftist candidate or a leftist movement right now. We have nothing. You have me. You have Chapo. You have like 8 other fucking people. Okay. You have Sam Cedar. Like, there isn't enough. It's not big enough. You have Kyle Kalinske, and then in some circumstances, David Pakman, you have the Young Turks. You're never going to have, you're never going to be able to get the same kind of fucking coverage that the media can give you, especially if they're attacking you nonstop. So what you have to do is, one, organize like crazy, nonstop. Organize. Okay? And two, okay, everybody stop talking about your favorite fucking, news sources. I know, I didn't mention all of them. You have to organize like crazy on the ground. And then on top of that organization, you have to treat the rest of the media, like mainstream media, like hostile entities. You have to. There is no other way to do it. You cannot buddy up to these fucking demons, okay? Even if there are actually good people, and there are genuinely really good people in newsrooms. I'm friends with them. I'm friends with a lot of them. I love them. But you can't, as a whole, treat mainstream media like it's anything but a hostile entity. They will fuck you. Bernie got fucked over, the Bernie Bros rhetoric, and Corbyn got absolutely cumstered and dumpstered. He was too much of a pussy. He absolutely should have fought back nonstop. Now, here's the other thing though. That wasn't the only reason why he lost. Let's be fucking real. The biggest reason why he lost, the anti-Semitism stuff was pretty huge, but the biggest reason why he lost was because he was also too much of a pussy. He was stuck between a rock and a hard place in regards to Brexit, and having no opinion was overall worse than having an opinion that was wrong. You understand? He had to appease certain members within his ranks that wanted a Lexit or a leftist Brexit, and he also wanted to appease liberals who he needed the votes of that certainly, without a doubt, wanted no Brexit whatsoever. Okay? Like, that wanted to renegotiate.
We're going to follow you right back to
so
money.
that was the fucking problem. He tried to have his cake and eat it too, and that was a huge mistake. Unfortunately, it was a huge mistake. So I'm not even saying that like he was completely correct and he did everything right and whatever, and it was only the anti-Semitism stuff. But the anti-Semitism stuff certainly played a significant role here. No, Corbyn didn't do anything anti-Semitic. It's bullshit. It's all lies. Anyway. Let's watch this interview now. That will make you, that boils my blood when I watched it earlier.
Public perception in an opinion poll last year was that 1/3 of all Labour Party members were somehow or other under suspicion of anti-Semitism. The reality is it was 0.3% of party members had a case against them which had to be put through the process. And so I think it's clear that we do not accept, I do not accept, Keir Starmer does not accept, none of us accept anti-Semitism in any form whatsoever in our party.
There's some whores in this house.
Could your leadership have changed this? Could you have done more?
I did everything I could to make sure a process was put in place and cases were dealt with quickly. And as the report acknowledges, in the latter stages, the process had speeded up, more cases were dealt with, where necessary people were...
Even the people that were holding up and undermining the process that he had put in place were internal saboteurs that did not like him, okay? That were Blairite internal fucking saboteurs. So I'm sorry, but if you followed this at all, if you follow this even remotely fucking closely, if you looked at this shit and you still, what was the anti-Semitism that happened? It was like fucking Facebook comments and shit that people had compiled on like people's profiles or something. I don't know. It was fucking nonsense. It was, most of it was coming from one fucking person that again was also fucking anti-Corbyn. Shocker. Like internal saboteur. When I say internal saboteur, we're talking about Labour Party. We're talking about the difference in opinion, the difference in ideological factions within the Labour Party. We're not talking about Tories now. We're talking about internal Labour Party politics. It's understandable if you're unfamiliar with this shit, but as a Jew, these attacks on Corbyn are fucking overblown. Not a huge fan of him on Brexit or his Hamas takes, but fuck these attacks. Look at how the media treats the architects of the crime bill, and then look how they treat him. No, absolutely. It's fucking bullshit. Dude, I'm telling you, the Tories put up a statue of Nancy Astor like a week before the election, and it got no coverage.
Sorry.
Okay?
I'm out of control.
A woman who said A woman who literally said Hitler was right about the Jews.
No in the media and
Okay?
conflate the two
A woman who said
Corbyn.
Hitler had some good ideas about the Jews, had a statue erected in her name, and they were still like, Jeremy Corbyn's anti-Semitism is absolutely insane. I could not believe how anti-Semitic Corbyn is. Okay? So,
His name
it's
is
fucking
Hassan.
bullshit. All right, so watch this.
Expelled from the party, but also I think we could and should have made more progress on the education process, because I do think education into the hurt caused to Jewish people by allegations of anti-Semitism, by anti-Semitic tropes and tweets and messages is deep and horrible, and I'm very sorry for any people that were hurt as a result of that, because I want to see, like everybody else does in the Labour Party, anti-Semitism completely ended.
Keir Starmer has said today those who pretend this is exaggerated or is factional are part of the problem. You've told me today it is exaggerated.
What I said today was that anti-Semitism is unacceptable in any form. What I said was...
You told me it was exaggerated.
I
Your
said
report
the
said
number...
it was dramatically overstated.
This is not an interview. Like, he's like, you told me it was exaggerated. He's like, he's not saying anti-Semitism is exaggerated. He's saying that the coverage was exaggerated.
What I said was the numbers of cases in the public perception had become overstated. The existence of the problem I fully acknowledge, which is why I took action to end the problem in the party.
By the way, the hilarity here is that, like, the Tories historically and always have been significantly more anti-Semitic than the Labour Party. But, like, you would never know that or never hear that if you ever fucking looked at, like, the BBC, even the fucking Guardian, which was the only dish rag that reluctantly fucking backed Corbyn. Okay? Reluctantly. And all too fucking late. It is insane. It is absolutely fucking insane,
Hassan.
dude. It's so disgusting.
Introducing a process.
Especially because, like, look, there's some fucking people that have said some sus shit, all right? I'm not going to act like there isn't. Are there people that are definitely a little anti-Semitic, maybe a lot anti-Semitic, even on the fucking left? Of course. They're not real progressives. We all have our flaws, okay? And it's not something to be taken lightly. Anti-Semitism is unacceptable. Most of the fucking conspiracy theories literally revolve around Jews for this particular reason, because they've always been otherized historically and still do to this day. And anti-Semitism is on the rise all around the world and even in the United States. So let's be fucking real about that, okay? Let's absolutely be real about that. That is a real thing. I shit on anti-Semites and anti-Semitic conspiracies all goddamn day. You already know this, okay? And not only that, but also actual fucking Nazis and other fascists and anti-Semites will oftentimes utilize the correct take, which is anti-Zionism is not anti-Semitism. You cannot say anti-Zionism is anti-Semitism. They take that and use it for their own improper needs, okay? They will say, oh, I'm just being anti-Israel. Fuck you. You're not just being anti-Israel. You're being anti-Jewish. That's entirely separate, okay? That is entirely fucking separate. And actual Nazis literally use that. So I understand why the waters get muddy from time to time. You get me? You get me? A fucking mid-roll? Wait, are there ads running currently? Like, I haven't run an ad yet. Okay, I'm going to run an ad right now. All right.
His name
Here,
is
60-second ad break. Sorry.
I started watching during the Steve Murray review with Will, and I stayed for the politics.
Anyway.
You have helped change my mindset and my beliefs. Thank you, Arjan Hassel.
Anyway. So, as I was... Oh, it's bug with ad blocker. People get mid-rolls. Oh, if you have an ad blocker, you're getting mid-rolls, huh?
His name is Hassan.
12 months, 1 year, 365 days. I fucking hate UK politics. Sort me out, big man.
Okay, so...
This is
where was I? So those guys are pieces of shit. Okay? The people that claim that they're simply just criticizing Israel while they themselves are absolutely anti-Semitic.
His name is
They exist,
Hassan.
and they're pieces of shit, And obviously, whenever someone like Nick Fuentes, for example, tries to say that shit, I'm like, no, fuck off. No, you're not attacking Israel because you think that like Israel's human rights abuse against Muslims, specifically Palestinians, are horrific crimes against humanity. You're attacking Israel because you think Jews control the media and also the entire planet and the banking system. That's why you're attacking Israel. And then you literally deny the Holocaust and then turn around and say, oh, no, I'm not anti-Semitic, I'm just anti-Zionist. That's bullshit. That's complete fucking bullshit. So I get why Jews all around the fucking globe are very tense about anti-Semitism. Okay? Kind of some big fucking deals have occurred in the Jewish community historically, and anti-Semitic attacks are on the rise. So I totally fucking get that. But getting caught up, getting duped in this fucking factional fight,
Hassan, are you familiar
both
with
within the Labour Party that was totally backed by the Tories,
a big problem here
utilizing
everyone is
or cynically weaponizing anti-Semitism, a real problem, to attack an overall otherwise popular leader, a leftist leader, is fucking bullshit. You understand? It's fucking bullshit, and it unironically hurts the fucking cause. It literally, when you are duped into believing that Corbyn is when you're duped into believing that Corbyn is like a fucking anti-Semite or whatever, and you perpetuate that, you yourself literally are like, you're normalizing this kind of cynical weaponization of anti-Semitism, and you're softening the blow. Ultimately, you're diluting the pool, and you're making people like myself, for example, that literally fight against fucking anti-Semitism all day, every day. You're making us look bad. You're making us look like we're just fucking crying wolf and shit.
His name is Hassan.
Like, how the fuck do you find yourself aligning with Tories on this? It's like when Bibi Netanyahu has Viktor Orban, who's literally a fucking anti-Semite, okay? It's like
when you realize you are part of the proletariat again because you're getting ads. I feel your struggle, brothers, has strike.
Orban is literally a devout anti-Semite.
Whores in this house. There's some whores in this house. There's some whores in this house.
And like, he's an ally to Netanyahu. Why do you think that is? Why is it that like all of these fucking fascist leaders are so closely aligned with Israel's incredibly militant, far-right leader that is already corrupt as shit personally, on top of everything else? Why is it that so many global fucking fascist leaders are super friendly to Bibi Netanyahu, despite literally being anti-Semitic and like running on anti-Semitic tropes when they try to get elected?
This is a deranged.
What's up with that?
Pervert.
1 year maybe.
You think that's making the international Jewish community safe? You think Trump has made the international Jewish community safe? Huh?
God, those communists are amazing.
You think Jair Bolsonaro is making the international Jewish community safe? You think Viktor Orban is? Don't be a fucking idiot, okay? These people don't have your best interests in mind. Some of them religiously they believe in this like psychopathic religious concept that like all the chosen sons of God have to go occupy Israel and that entire land so the fucking second coming of Jesus Christ and the rapture can occur. You understand that, right? And in the end of that theory that these people have, the Christian Zionists, in the end of that theory, if you're a Jew, you still go to hell. You get that, right? Like they're not your allies, all right? They're not your friends. They just want you to fuck off and go to like Israel, somewhere else where you can go and like fight Muslims and shit every day. Okay? They still think you control the media. They still think that you have like otherworldly powers and are bloodthirsty. Like that hasn't changed. They just like the existence of Israel. They have a I guess allegiance because they have the enemy of my enemy is my friend kind of mentality when it comes to Israel's existence in the Middle East as a strategic location. I can't believe this is so based in a base community. So don't be silly. Anyway, anti-Semite 9/11 sympathizer Hassan. Yes, totally. I canvassed for Corbyn last year. It was so gutting hearing all the people at doorsteps labeling with terrorists from IRA and anti-Semite. Tory smear campaign carries so far, and their racist, disgusting policy goes so far. Conservatism is literally founded against minorities. No better candidate will beat the news corruption until we have better education on the matter. He did lack some backbone at times, clearing his name and holding Tories to account. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, you're such a big man, Hassan.
Happy Sunday, Daddy at Hasanabi.
Why are you saying Muslims, not Palestinians? Because these other world leaders, like especially fascists, they don't see it as like a fucking like Israel-Palestine conflict. They see it as a Jewish state that is playing a geopolitical role in an otherwise Muslim area. They just don't want fucking Muslims in their country. They don't look at it like, oh, well, I want Syrian refugees, but I don't want fucking Palestinian refugees. They're just like, oh, they're Muslim, they're Arab, they're all fucking lesser than. That's why I'm saying Muslims. Anyway.
To get anti-Semites out of the party.
You used the words today with me, exaggerated. Keir Starmer says those who pretend this is exaggerated or factional are part of the problem. Are you part of the problem, Mr. Corbyn?
No, I'm not part of the problem. The problem is anti-Semitism historically, anti-Semitism in the presence, and the fear that many people have of being under attack at their synagogue, or indeed mosques, temples, and lots of other places within our society. We need to tackle racism in every conceivable form within our society.
But are you sorry that seemingly on this issue you failed to tackle?
I don't believe I did fail. I believe that I brought in the rules that were necessary, and those are the ones that are now in operation, which means that the process is much more rapidly dealt with. But let's be clear about this. Racism is a poison and a cancer in our society. We all have to oppose it all the time, everywhere.
Keir Starmer has said today, anyone who claims that this issue has been exaggerated.
This is literally like, when did you stop beating your wife? Now, interviewers in the UK are way more aggressive. You understand? They're way more aggressive. We saw this with like, what's that other fucking old demon that interviewed Ben Shabibo, that ghoul? Andrew Neil, like a climate denier and homosexuality denier, Andrew Neil. You know, that liberal dove. When he interviewed Ben Shabibo, and Ben was like, what are you, a fucking liberal?
Wet ass P-word. Make that pullout game weak.
In the John Bolton interview? Yeah, that's Mehdi. Mehdi is very, yeah, he does that British style scathing interviewer, debate lord interview. And it's good. It's usually pretty good. What was the evidence? There's no fucking evidence, dog. That's the whole point. It's all bullshit. What's seriously wrong with an ethno-state? People do live... Dude, Vosh simp, I love Biden. What's seriously wrong with an ethno-state? Proof. Get the fuck out of here, dude. Like, what's up with these fucking Groiper Andes over here? Like, making it seem like they're Vosh fans. You know how I know that's not a real Vosh fan? Because the reason why he got fucking banned from the platform. You understand?
Wet
like,
ass P-word. Make that pullout game
like,
weak.
if you're over here like unironically and uncritically trying to say like, oh no, I'm a Vosh simp and I love Israel, then like I'm gonna go ahead and assume that you're trolling
Hassan.
as a right winger.
Daddy.
This is a deranged pervert.
Hey, I stopped watching your stream, picking a second fight, but just coming in to say that Jeremy suspended. He made a sock account, picking a fight, and failure to see the Labour Party is why we need to build a new Workers' Party in Scotland, England, Wales, and Ireland, and internationally. The Trade Unionist Socialist Coalition is attempting to build that. Okay, good. Do it. Do it, brother. Stop fucking shit posting in my chat. You're not going to do it by telling like American Democrats to not go out and vote. Okay, go build that. If it's good, I'll support it. If I agree with it, I'll support it. I stopped watching. It's pretty funny. I gave him a 7-day. I forget for what it was, but he definitely deserved it.
Should be nowhere near the Labour Party. Will you resign from the party?
Of course not. I am proud to be a member of the Labour Party. I joined the Labour Party when I was 16. I've fought racism all my life, and I'll fight racism the rest of my life. And as leader of the party, I did everything I could to ensure...
This is a guy who literally fought like apartheid regimes and got arrested for it. Like his entire life is dedicated to fighting against inequality, injustice, racism, anti-Semitism, homophobia. Like you could not have a nicer fucking person get turned into a demon by the media. That's why it fucking makes me mad. The reason why it makes me mad is like, I'm Turkish. I'm Muslim. Okay? I'm a leftist. It's very easy to call someone like me, and I say fucked up shit all the time. Okay? I use really aggressive language all the goddamn time. And I talk for 12 hours a day. Okay? So for me, it's so easy to take me down. It's so fucking easy, okay? It really is. And I have been taken down before. But like a guy like Corbyn, what do you want? Like what more do you fucking want, dude? What more do you want from a dude? It's nuts. If they can get him, and if they can demonize him, is he British Bernie? He's even nicer than Bernie. Like he's too nice.
His name is Hassan.
He's too kind. He's too much of like a I like to write poetry. He's too much of like a hippie, basically, as a leftist. Like, it's insane. You're an hour late every day. You start playing games at 8 p.m. You talk for 12 hours. No, I don't start playing games at 8 p.m. What the fuck? The reason why I'm talking about this is because, listen, American leftists, this is coming for us. This is coming for you. Don't be a fucking moron, okay? They do this to Rashida always. They do this to Ilhan Omar. They do this to Linda Sarsour already. They're easy. Those are easy targets because they're Muslim, okay? That's easy. You can find someone that they've interacted with that may have fucking said something anti-Semitic or perceived as anti-Semitic. You can like turn around and there's already pre-existing biases that like Muslims hate Jews and whatever in society that is, of course, also Islamophobic in nature. To assume that someone, because of their background, is going to have a predisposition against someone else is pretty fucking racist, or at the very least pretty bigoted.